Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today, I'm going to bring another kind of different video that, it's kind of like a part 2 of a video I did, I think like a couple months ago, but it was top 10 Torbjorn turret spots, or top 5, but this is another look at the turret spots that I think are pretty good on maps, and today we're going to be taking a look at one map in particular. It's my personal favorite map for Torbjorn. It is Eichenwalde, the one of the first maps added to Overwatch. But I think this is just a really effective map for Torbjorn on defense. Offense, not so much, unless you can get the point. But yeah, let's jump right into the video. So on this first clip, it is the first point next to the gate, and on these stairs you just kind of place down your turret right here, and it gets a pretty good look at all the first area, the small health pack over there, just behind, and basically everywhere. But I found this little crack right here that you can shoot through, and you can get some pretty good picks on healers and just headshot damage for ults, and it's a really good spot. I always get some healers and just some damage off of that for my molten core, and it's just a really good spot, I think. But some bad parts about that spot is the door right there. People can just walk on through and kill your turret, so you have to be prepared for that. And the other thing is that if your team gets a bit pushed back, you are basically dead, and your turret's dead unless you move back. Then you won't die. So the second spot that we're going to be taking a look at here is on if you get pushed back to the point, you could set up behind the point, this turret, and it gets a pretty good look behind the point and that little hut with the small health pack, and it gets a lot of the areas pretty well, and it's hard for the enemies to shoot. But some of the downfalls of that is there are enemies that can come up behind and kill your turret, and enemies coming out of that right room, they can just push through and go through that right room and kill your turret. And it's also a bit open, but your turret is it's hidden if you place it on an angle on the stairs, but it's harder to hit if it's on those stairs. So the second clip the other clip that we're going to be looking at is also on the first point. So we're going to be placing it behind this house, behind the payload. It gets the point semi-well. It gets it enough that if healers are hiding behind, your turret can kill them, but it also gets that little health pack and on these stairs. This turret spot isn't too good. It's a good emergency spot if you're having a team fight on the point. Then you can just place down that turret, and it can get any people hiding, or just extra damage for your ults. But bad parts about that is that if your turret's focusing like a Reinhardt or something, a Tracer could just easily go behind and kill the turret. This turret's also not that good because it doesn't get the full point. It gets only half of it, and a bit of other parts. But it's just a good emergency spot for, like, say they're on the point and you can't really do anything. You can't just run in there or you'll die, and you can't place down a turret or it'll kill it. This is a good turret spot that you could probably build up, and if you can't, it's just distracting the enemy team. So it's a pretty good spot. So yeah. So the last first clip, the last first point turret spot is actually on the payload. This is a very good turret spot because it gets a full 360 view of the battlefield, and I know every turret gets a 360 view, but this gets almost every spot around the battlefield, and it's a really good spot. But some bad parts about it is that it is very, very open. It is on the payload. It's like a beacon of people. It's like just a beacon of, hey, shoot at me or I will kill some of your team. But it's a good spot if you have a Reinhardt or a Risa up there. shielding it. It's just I like that spot because it just gets it gets the two main choke points that the enemy team will roll on through, and it's a really good spot that I haven't used it in a while, but I know it's effective because I have used it before. So the next clip that we're going to be taking a look at is if they cap the first point. So if they cap the first point, you want to kind of go up to this wooden battlement area here. It's a decent spot. I enjoy using it sometimes, and it gets a lot of the areas, but it can be countered by these two doors here. Tracer, Reaper, any hero can just go behind and kill the turret really fast. And it's very open because the payload will be coming through right there, and your team's probably not going to set up right there. But it's also very open because of the door with these small health pack. Teams will be pushing through there, and Reinhardt and Orisa, or whoever hero that you have as a shielding tank, will be probably down on the runway where the payload is rolling on through. So, like, they won't be able to shield your turret very well. So this other clip isn't too good, but I use it sometimes just because it's fun, and it's like very cinematic to me. It's up on the tower. This turret spot is very hard to find. I found this random one because it could randomly just be like, hey, you can build this here. But it gets a bit of the payload and the small health pack, but I think it's very just fun because I remember thinking when the map came out that you could put the turret up there, and we figured out that you can't really put it up there, but it's still really fun to put it up there. It's like, oh my gosh, they have turrets up on the battlements fire and stuff like that. It's just kind of cool to, like, cinematic reasons, but I like to use it sometimes just because it's enjoyable. So this other clip is if they went through first point and they went through under that little bridge with the payload, then this is a really good spot. So right here, after if you spawn and come through that doorway, you can place your turret right here, and it gets the entire payload bridge where that dead bastion is, and some of the bridge and the battlements up there. And if any Genji or flankers are going behind, it's a really good spot to take them out. But the bad parts about that is that it's very counterable by Widowmakers and Pharahs and just people flanking behind, but it could still just serve as a distraction if they're looking for healers and they find a turret instead. Then your healers are still sort of protected, and you can say, hey, someone just got my turret, and they're like, oh, it's probably like Genji, guard the healers and stuff like that. It's just a really good beacon and signal for people like, oh no, what do we need to do? So this other clip is very similar to the last clip. It's in a similar spot, but it's to the right of the bridge, on this little like stairway here. And if you just place it on the stairway, it can get where the payload moves on the bridge, and it's a really good place if you're just like, if there's like a team fight, you just place that there, and it's just like extra damage. It's pretty good. I enjoy using this one because it's fun to see Pharahs trying to shoot it. But that's one of the bad things as well, is because Pharahs can outrange it, and same with Widows and basically any hit scan hero or projectile hero in the game can easily take out that turret. But it's good for team fights when everyone's distracted, and Widows that are trying to get damage on or pick off main heroes will be focused on your turret because they're like, it's killing us. But also same with Pharahs, they could be getting boops off the edge or damage on healers or even killing tanks and healers, but they're focused on killing a Torbjorn turret that's distracting the entire team and killing them. So it could just distract a lot of heroes, and your team could get some pretty decent picks on that. So yeah, I like this turret spot a lot. This next spot is if they capped both points and you're on the final point in the throne room. I really like this spot because I don't use this spot, but it's kind of like a distraction for people like pushing in, and your team is right there with the shield and everything. So it's behind, it's like in the middle, it's in the middle of the room basically, and if you have like a Reinhardt right there guarding, then this turret spot will be very effective. The battlements in the back, it can get any flankers going behind, it can go anyone, it can kill anyone going up there, and also it's just good for ult charge in general. So I really like this spot because it's pretty decent. So these next 3 spots are basically the exact same, just in different spots. One is to the left of the throne, one is above the throne, and one is to the right of the throne. And they both serve the exact same purpose, basically, just a bit more edging and stuff. And these spots are okay. It's good for emergencies or last point distractions, or if they're really close to the front, then you could just place it right on top of the throne, left or right. But these serve okay purposes. It's just for last point. And if you're still playing Torbjorn by then these are good spots, but by then you could have switched heroes to somebody a bit more better with that, like Pharah or Junkrat. But if you want to play Torbjorn then and your team's asking for it and the comp's really good against it, then these spots are pretty good. I enjoy using them, but yeah, I enjoy using all these spots. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and put comments down below of any suggestions or advice for me, because advice helps me with a lot of my videos, and it helps me improve, because on the last video, on my Minecraft video, somebody said, can you find a way to get all the clicks out of your keyboard out? And I've found a way to do that, and it's just a new mic. I'm using this mic right now because it just gets my voice very well, and my headphone mic sounds like I'm speaking through a vent, which is it's okay. My friends, when I use that mic, my headset mic, think it sounds fine, but on my videos it doesn't sound too good. But yeah, I figured out it's just a new mic, and I'm gonna try and get a new one and see if it works. And yeah, but advice really helps me improve, and just tell me what videos you guys want me to do next, like Minecraft or Overwatch or Team Fortress 2 or Counter-Strike Global Offensive or Skyrim, Fallout. I'll look into your guys' suggestions and delve deeper into seeing what you guys want me to do. And it's just, I just enjoy reading your guys' comments. I read every single comment, and I try to reply, and answer any of your guys' questions, or I just try to reply to every single comment I can, which is basically, I can reply to every single comment basically. But yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe to this video if you like this video. It could probably get out to more people, which is better, because I want them to see these turret spots. If they're like, hey, what are the best turret spots on Eichenwalde? And they're like, oh, here's a video that I can show you. It's just really, it just helps me a lot. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love making these videos, and I love making this content for you guys to enjoy. And yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.